lurks just outside our doorsteps. Its numbers are exploding in almost every major metropolitan area in North America. Yet many of us don't have a clue that this cunning and stealthy creature is lurking very close by. It is the coyote, and the great city of Chicago is infested with them.
You have thousands of coyotes living among people, and the vast majority of people having no idea that they're there.
Wildlife biologist Stan Garrett is trying to decode the mystery of how coyotes not only survive, but thrive in America's third largest city. Garrett has been tagging and radio tracking Chicago's coyote population for more than a decade. Today, he is tracking a young female to determine her territorial range.
This is very strong, so she's only a few meters away. She's right there. Right there. We were wrong before we began this research. We thought that coyote survival would be lower in the city because of all of the threats that we pose toward them, but it turns out the opposite is true. We're seeing a thriving urban population with incredible growth rates, exponential growth. Our best guess in terms of the number of coyotes that live in the Chicago area is 8,000.
Chicago is a maze of busy streets and highways. So experts assumed that most coyotes would end up as roadkill. But they misjudged the coyote's acute eyesight, keen sense of smell, and most importantly, their astonishing intelligence.
They learn how to judge speeds of vehicles. They learn which direction to turn to look for oncoming traffic. We've also been able to watch them cross very busy streets by using traffic lights, so they know that when the traffic stops at an intersection, that's the time that they need to cross. They're very quick to learn, and that's what makes them so successful at being able to exploit a wide range of habitats. Pretty much every habitat in the world, coyotes are capable of being extremely successful at.
And Chicago is no exception. There is a bounty of prey to hunt for this dangerous wild predator. Mike Flick was 16 when he took aim at his first coyote. Now, as owner of Anytime Animal Control, he's the go-to man when coyotes threaten livestock in rural Illinois. But Mike was surprised when he started getting more and more calls from within Chicago's city limits, a place he can't fire his rifle. He knows full well why the coyote population has boomed.
A coyote can hide in your garage and you wouldn't know about it. Look at all this. Beautiful. You know, this place is utopia for coyotes. Here you've got fruit trees, animal dishes. Garbage day is a feast. Here we've got a golf course. With a golf course comes ducks and geese. They'll take the eggs. That's easy. We offer them everything they need, and they take it. This is actually a great spot for coyotes. We've got everything we need. We've got cover here. It's nice and shaded on a hot day. It's hidden from anything that would harm their pups. If you didn't know better from this area, you would think we're in the middle of the forest. But we're in the middle of a Chicago suburb, and this is where they live.
Most of the city coyotes live in packs, each claiming and fiercely defending a territory. And that's bad news for our pets. To a coyote, a cat is just a potential meal. But they instinctively see a dog, a rival canine, as a threat.
We have observed a lot of our coyotes, when we're radio tracking them, watching our pets and watching us, taking them on walks, or especially watching our back doors.
Hey, Mom,
Sue Reed never imagined that her backyard was under surveillance.
I had seen a coyote about 7 years ago, but that was the first coyote I had ever seen, and then I'd never seen another one. Jake and Floyd would walk in the morning, And then later on at night, they usually would like to go out. Usually before it was too dark. And I let both of them out, and I usually was out with them.
The coyotes knew this pattern well and had been waiting for their chance to strike.
I heard yelps within seconds after I let them out, and I ran out there and I threw my cell phone at them first and just ran after them. I didn't even think about that there was 6 coyotes in my yard. I just wanted to save my dogs.
We saw 2 coyotes running into the yard and Jake standing there, and I knew what was gone. I just knew.
All 3 of us went back out to the yard to look for Floyd, and we couldn't find him.
Jake was seriously injured, but survived the attack. Floyd was not so lucky.
And sat me down and told me they found the remains of him. And that was the hardest thing I've ever heard in my life. Because pets are more than just pets.
As coyotes infest more and more of our neighborhoods, they are adapting to us. It is in their nature, and it poses a serious danger.
One of the traits of a very intelligent animal like a coyote is that even though they may start off with a healthy fear of people, they constantly test that envelope just a little bit. They watch our response. If we give the wrong kind of cues to a coyote, such as if a coyote steps forward, we step back, or especially if we turn and we run, then a coyote quickly learns that it can get rid of people by approaching them rather than running away. When coyotes become, or they think they're dominant toward people, that's when conflicts occur, and it's often when you can have an attack.
We used to feel safe in our home and in our yard, and we just don't anymore. My biggest fear is that a small child in one of these yards in our neighborhoods is going to be attacked. And when there's 6 of them, I think they're going to be brave enough to go after a kid.
Attacks on humans are rare, but they do happen. Can we reclaim our city neighborhoods from the invading coyote? That is next to impossible.
We've never been successful at eradicating coyotes from any system, any kind of habitat, anywhere in North America. Coyotes have been the one wildlife species that are successful regardless of what we do.
While coyotes are laying claim to the spaces outside of our homes, another